Hi everyone, my name is King Ivy and this is Introduction to Google Analytics. This is the final lesson in a set of 5 lessons on the topic of Introduction to Google Analytics. In today's lesson, we'll be covering dashboards, both how to use and interpret the standard dashboard, and as well how to create your custom dashboards and send them on a weekly or periodic basis. So let's get started. So again, I'm accessing Google Analytics. My user and password information have been cached, so I've automatically logged in. I'll click this. And since I don't have that many users visiting my website, about 47, 45, 38 new users, 45 sessions in the last 30 days, I'm going to apply to 3 years so that we have a little bit more data to play with. So now we go to the top and click on dashboards and go to private and my dashboard. So this is the standard dashboard that comes with all Google Analytics implementations. So what you'll see here, number of new users over time, unique users over time, a number of visits by country, and the color intensity indicates the more intense the color, the more users. So you can see that most of my users do come from Canada, and there's a little bit from varying countries. Average duration, session duration versus pages per view, per session. So just a way to measure engagement. The number of the type of browsers that they're using, and by the number of visits or sessions. Session duration, so over time. So like how long are they staying on average? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a new dashboard. So click on this new dashboard. You can either starter dashboard starts with the template we just saw. In this case, I'm going to use blank canvas. You could always import from gallery as well. So there are varying galleries that are available. Let's click on this one, for example. You can see, let's just try leverage this one. Sorry, so let's click on import, create. So now here, since I don't have a ton of social media engaged with my website, but this is a great dashboard if you do have a lot of integration between Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn on your various social media platforms. So in this case, I don't really have a lot. But let's expand it out 3 years. Maybe I have a bit more information here. So you can see the different social media websites are accessing my website. So that's good, that's interesting. But let's go to new dashboard. Let's create it from scratch. So you can import. There's a ton in the gallery that you could leverage. So let's create a new dashboard. Let's create a new widget. So let's create a pie chart actually. And let's group it by country. And then let's add the metrics. Let's call it page views. So when you want to do a pie chart, typically you do on values, like counting values as opposed to averages. So here, so you can see 90% of my users come from Canada. A good portion come from the US as well, and other values, so are not said, or Hong Kong. So that's interesting. We can also customize this dashboard. So for example, if we wanted to make it a little bit bigger or make it even bigger, we could always do this. But in this case, I'm going to stick with 50/50. That's a nice view. Let's add another widget, which basically allows us to create another dashboard. So let's go GeoMap, and let's go by country. It's not a problem. Let's add the metric. Let's do pages per session. just to understand, maybe measure engagement by country. So that's interesting. So you see that the highest one is actually in France. So that's interesting to see there that France has such a high intensity, as well Kazakhstan. So this is interesting depending on what type of business you have, but maybe you want to look at more the city level. So let's do a table, for example. Let's select the dimension city. Let's add a metric here. Let's do, yeah, again, let's go average time on average session duration. Let's 10 rows. Let's add a filter here, actually. So we can actually go a number of different things. Maybe we only want to look at Canadian cities. So let's go country, and contains Canada. So you can also place it here. So that's interesting. So you'll see that Aurelia has the highest session duration. So you can see that this is interesting, an interesting view. You could also reduce it to metros, to certain cities. So that's interesting. Let's create one more. Let's use a bar chart, or let's use a timeline, actually. So what we're going to measure over time is, let's take a look here. New users over time. Measure, like, maybe new users is an important measurement that we're going to have, and maybe we're going to only analyze, or actually let's do, yeah, let's just analyze on set it by country as well. Let's analyze on Canada. You could do it on, for example, how they're accessing your data, so the acquisition type. Let's take a look here. Let's add this here. So now we've created a nice, beautiful dashboard that contains page views by country, new users over time, average duration by city, by Canadian city, pages per session by country. So nice and easy dashboard. Again, you can share it. You can share it in the solution gallery, template link. You can email it. You can email this dashboard to yourself. You can always export it in PDF. So let's see what that looks like when we export it into PDF. Very nice dashboard. Obviously, we should include a name here, where you got the link from. You can click on this link to go to the dashboard. So nice and easy way to create a dashboard for reporting purposes, whether you send that via email every week, every month, but it's a very powerful way of capturing the data and capturing the information. So that's really great. If you have any other questions or any other topics that you want me to cover in Google Analytics, again, this is an introductory lesson. There are deeper dives that I may go to into future lessons. Just leave your comments below, and until next time, thank you.